Hey everybody, it's Bella, and today I'm starting a new series because I get a lot of messages on different things that people want to know how to do to fix up their doll. So I'm starting this series off with kind of a weird one, but I've gotten this question multiple times, and it's how do you tighten a loose head, or how do you reattach an American Girl doll head? And this is actually super easy. And it's a little creepy to do, but it's super easy. So if you don't know what I mean by a loose head, basically when you have a doll that you've had for some time, or maybe it might be a defect, but when you move her head around, it just kind of, usually dolls' heads can move from side to side, but her head can like tilt back and forth and go front and back, and if I moved her around too much, then her head might actually pop off, and that would not be good. So I will show you today how to re-tighten or reattach her head. Okay, so what you want to do is turn your doll around to the back, and then you'll see that at the base of her neck there are these two little strings, and you've probably noticed them before because they're kind of annoying when you're trying to dress your doll, but they're actually really important because that's what will keep your doll's head attached to her body. So also, just a little tip, some people like to cut the strings off of their doll, but I really recommend you not do that because otherwise this is going to make this reattaching process a lot more difficult. So really all you're going to do, this is, okay, just going to say this is kind of scary at first, the first time you do it, but it's honestly not that bad. What you're going to do is untie the neck strings, and usually they're just tied in like a double knot. It's not too difficult to untie. So I'm just going to untie the neck strings, and then I'm just going to pull around on this edge just to loosen it up a bit, although it should be pretty loose already if your doll's head is loose. And then don't freak out, but what you're going to do is just pull her head off of her body like this. And now you have pretty much the weirdest image ever, which is a headless American Girl doll and then her head. And this looks super creepy, and maybe this is a good Halloween idea. But now I'm going to show you how to reattach it so it's nice and secure and it's tighter than it was before. Okay, I'm sorry about the shaky camera, but I lost my tripod and it's kind of hard to get good angles. But basically what you're going to do now is I like to take the stuffing out a little bit because it makes it a lot easier to put the head back in. You don't have to if this kind of worries you, but I recommend that you do it. So I'm just going to reach in and take out some of the stuffing. And you don't have to take out too much. I just like to take out the loose pieces that are kind of like sticking out on top. So it's about like this much stuffing, so it's not that much. And then two other things that will make this a lot easier is if you use your hand and just kind of like condense the stuffing and press it back down into the body so that there's room for her head. And then also I like to just pull on the edges right here of this cloth, and pulling on the edges like this will just loosen up her neck and it just makes it a lot easier. Also, fun fact, if you've ever wondered, the inside of an American Girl doll head is hollow, and you can't really tell on camera, but you can like see the back sides of her eyes, and it's kind of creepy. Okay, so I'm sorry this isn't the best angle, but I just don't have a tripod with me right now, but I'm sure you'll still be able to tell what I'm doing. So this is actually super simple. You can see that on the doll head there's like this little lip that fits in. So this is what you want to be completely covered by this cloth right here. So all you have to do is just kind of slide and wiggle a little bit to get the base in. So once you have it in on one side, you just kind of want to like move it around basically until you fit it to all the sides. Sorry, hopefully you can tell what I did. I just kind of like moved it around, and now it's in place, and a little bit of fuzz came out, but that's okay. I'm just gonna get rid of that. And then this is important if you want it to be tight. You want to press it down, and you want to press it down so that the neck is what's showing through, so you can't see any of this like base part. So once you've pressed it down, you might want to have someone else help you. If you want to make it really tight, you can have someone pressing down like this while you tie these, or you can just try to do it yourself, which is what I'm going to do because it works just fine. So now I'm just going to tie these strings up, and the most important thing is that you tie it as tightly as you can and that you're covering up this little edge here. And I don't know if you can tell, but the tighter I pull on the strings, the more covered up the base gets. And once you've tied it, you can either tie it in a bow or just in another knot, whatever you prefer. I think that a regular knot works better just because it's a little bit more secure and you know it's not gonna get messed up. And then you can just tuck the strings back in, and it's like she never had a loose head. So now that I reattached her head, it's nice and secure. It moves side to side, but it doesn't really go that way or front or back as much. So it's a lot better now. And this is just a super simple way, and it's a really quick, easy fix. You don't need any extra special tools or anything. So for those of you who are asking how to reattach a head or tighten a loose head, that's how you do it. So make sure to leave me video requests on anything else you need help fixing up with on your doll. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!